Hey guys, it's Mike, another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Today we're actually going to try to increase the attack speed of my Morgan. In a previous video, we put together a build for her that got her up to 199, or excuse me, 299. And I'm looking to see if we can get at least another like 10 speed out of her, get up her into 310, something like that. I would like to actually build her in a speed set for when I'm running her along Nika, but for the time being, I just want to get a couple more pieces that have a slightly better roll in what's going on. So if we take a peek at her gear as it sits currently, her helmet is a 5-star piece with a 2 roll. So I think that there is an opportunity here to get a 6-star piece with a double roll and get a few extra stats there. On the chest plate, we do have a 3 roll already, so we can't really do any better there. But on the boots, we have a single roll here, so I feel like we get at least a double roll in this category there. On the pendant, we're looking at 3 roll there, and then on the necklace, a double roll. So I think that those 2 pieces are really going to be our opportunity. So let's take a peek and see what we can do. So as we jump in the sets and the pieces that I've already made, on this helmet right here, which is on one of my random characters from the treasure chest event going on for adventure mode, we did get a double roll here in attack percentage. Also has an extra stat here, which is kind of nice for a long-term piece for Morgan, being one of my best characters. Getting a little extra stat somewhere is awesome. So we're going to go in here and try to get attack speed on this double roll here. We got 56 polishing powders and a little bit of gold to hopefully get it done, but I'm not going to make you watch all the boring details. We're going to keep going. If we happen to hold on to effect accuracy, that would be amazing. But basically, once this hits attack speed, it is what it is, and that's going to be the piece. But I'm going to keep rolling through there until we get it, and then we'll see how much speed that adds to her. All right, so not too shabby. We did lose the effect accuracy that was down there, and I think we got through some crit rate stats and so forth. So we ended up on effect resistance and HP. Did get 13 on that roll for 2 pieces there. So we take a peek. I think for a 6-star piece, it's actually pretty low. I think you can get upwards of like 15, but we compare that to the 11 she has. We are going to pick up 2 speed by moving into that piece of gear. So let's go ahead and find it, and we'll put it on her and get that extra speed going on there. All right, so we found it down here in the accuracy. So you can see our speed's increasing by 2%. So we're going to equip that. For the time being, I am not going to max that out just because my gold is pretty weak. But we're going to go over here, and now we're going to need to do a vigor set of boots because we moved our accuracy piece to the helmet here. So hopefully we have a 6-star pair of vigor boots with at least a double roll or a triple roll would be really nice. We start moving in. So this one spread it out amongst all of it. That does have crit rate here, which is pretty good. Let's see here. I think we have... pretty happy with, got the effect resistance. I kind of feel like the double roll would have been better there for her. That one's spread out across the board. This one's spread out. So let's see how we do with this guy here. If we enhance it up to 9, we spread it out across the board. So let's go ahead and we're going to make 1 or 2 pairs of boots here and see if we can get a double or triple roll on those boots. All right, so we went ahead and made 2 pairs of boots there. So hopefully this one already has attack speed. That'd be really nice if we just get a triple roll right there and we're done. But let's see if we can get it done. We missed it. We missed it. Okay, so we did get a double roll here, which is going to be better than what we got going on now. I'm going to hit this one just in case we get that triple roll. That way I just equipped it. You silly. Oh, I'm just wasting gold. No wonder I'm always out of gold. I keep wasting it. We're going to enhance. See if we get a triple roll here. Nope. And we got a double. So we'll go ahead and leave that on her, seeing how we already put it on her, and get that double roll there into a speed stat. All right, so I'm not entirely sure. I think I had 30 plus, maybe even over 40 polishing dust. Never got it. Attack speed rolled down here twice. Had to roll out of it. Now it finished up, rolled in here. So again, when we get some polishing dust, we're going to have to roll out of it to bring back the attack speed up here. So that's where we're at with the polishing dust. So that was pretty unfortunate, to be honest with you. So we go back into her speed. We actually brought her speed down by 2. But when we do get that roll into the second, or when we do get the roll into where we want it, we will be up into like probably that 305 to 38 range, somewhere in there, depending on how well we do. So we do have gold here, so I am going to see how we got that double roll here. I'm going to go ahead and enhance that all the way to 12. And hit accuracy is a good stat to get, so that's exciting there. So we got that one dialed in. We are going to leave that piece of gear on her just to maintain the set for vigor and for accuracy. Seeing how I switched those pieces, I can't really go back to the older piece because I won't have a vigor set on her. So we're just gonna, we're gonna eat the 2 speed that we missed out on right there, unfortunately, for now, and we're gonna see about getting it better next time. In a previous video, I was talking about percentages versus flat stats, and in most game, flat stat pieces of gear are really kind of garbage, and you want to move to the percentages, especially for high-end builds. So I wanted to kind of take a quick peek at that. If we take a look at my Nika right now, I do have an HP percent on her pennant. If we were to move that over to, I think I got a flat stat here on Jarrett. So neither one of these have additional HP on them in any way. So it's just comparing what 27% is compared to 2205. And these are both 6-star pieces of gear. So this number is going to be the same regardless if it's rare or legendary. But if you compare these two by equipping that temporarily, you can see it drops my HP down by 5,000. So that's a pretty significant difference when you're talking about percentages. So when you think about Nika's heals being based on HP, that's just a lot of difference, especially when you start to think about if you had a flat stat here as well as on the pendant. Like, that's 10,000 health you're not getting. If we take a peek at what that translates for attack, right now actually on my Bedivere I actually only have a 5-star pendant going on. But if we were to take Tristan's flat stat attack and equip that temporarily, you could see that I'd be losing almost, what was that, 350 attack. And that's moving from a 5-star percentage to a 6-star flat stat. So we're losing a significant amount of attack on that piece while upgrading it, which is kind of crazy. Upgrading it from 5-star to 6-star. So there's no other attack on this piece here. Likewise on Tristan's, I don't think there was any extra attack speed. So that is kind of a true value difference when you start looking at flat stat versus percentages. Taking a look at my Cormac build, which leaves a lot to be desired. I got to come back in and revisit this, but we got a 4-star piece of gear here. If we take a look at that, he's on the flat stat. If we jump over to Sergius's piece here with the 18.2%, equip that temporarily, you can see in the defense department we just shot up 250 in that space, and I think that ultimately it'd be bigger, the difference will be bigger on 6-star gear because your percentage is higher. So coming back to my Cormac build, if you take a look at what we got defensively for a flat stat 4-star, now it does have percentage right here, but if we move this over to Sergius's that has no additional defense but just is a percentage, also 4-star, we're still increasing our defense by 250 points. So percentage is definitely the way to go. The other thing that's kind of good to know is if you're looking at defense on a 4-star piece, it's at 18.27, whether it's attack percent or HP percent. So it's just always going to be the same percentage for all 3 of those stats. So it's just kind of an interesting thing. I didn't realize that was the case. It makes sense that it would be, but sometimes they'll scale differently, so then they might have changed it just to make the game a little more balanced. But with that information in mind, I think I'm going to start adopting my raid strategy where basically if it's a flat stat on these 3 pieces right here, it's in the trash. There's no point in putting gold into those pieces to upgrade them if they're not going to give me the percentage stats I'm looking for. Especially with how scarce and hard it is to keep gold on the account. Like, I'm down to 292,000 again. I can't ever keep gold on the account. Way too many things to do. So if you jump into your gear sets, come on down here, you can actually select main stat attack and then hit OK. It's going to pull up all those pieces for you that'll have the main stack attack. Obviously, helmets will always have the flat stat attack. They don't have the option. So you could probably actually deselect these 3. It's just going to be the helmet. This is always going to be defense, and this is always going to be HP. So you'll never find boots with attack as a main stat. But basically, as I go through all these pieces, I should not have put any gold into any of these pieces at all. So I could probably just go ahead and sell them all off. On characters I am using, like currently I am using Tristan here. Maybe I wait to sell that piece until I have a better piece. I mean, 6-star and crit rate, so it'd probably be the last one I'd sell, but definitely get rid of all the 5-star stuff. This one on Arthur, I put it on him probably because it had some stats I thought were pretty cool. But there's no reason for me to put any gold into this and roll this up, because at the end of the day, if I want an attack pendant on Arthur, it should be attack percentage. So this should be right in the trash. and just turn that into gold right away. For some reason, I got a 2-star piece on this guy. I think he's one of the characters you start with. I don't know I ever took his gear off of him. So that'll be kind of interesting. But you can see, as far as all the gear that I put on the account, I have a lot of trash gear with flat stats that I could probably get rid of. And that's certainly going to help my item bag when I'm always all decked out here. It is kind of stressful selling stuff that's pretty hard to get on the account. Like 5 and 6-star gear is not an easy thing to achieve on the account. We did pull this. We might as well pull this guy and just see if we get lucky. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get a legendary out of there. I have gotten a legendary character out of the rare one, but not the uncommon one. So I don't know, but the odds on that have got to be pretty slim, I would think. But I did pick up these gear sets. Pretty excited to get them to use, but I need to get some more gold on the account. It might be a primary focus because we're kind of moving into a week with nothing to do. And I've pretty much got all the events done except for the one Nika event with the Origin of Apolia. But I still have 7 days to do it, so I figured I could take my time and really start working on some of my builds. Try to progress in Forbidden Dungeon Stage 11 on hard. I've been stuck on that for 2 cycles now, so hopefully I can get through it this time. All these little red dots pop up. I get excited about what I get. So we're going to get that done. But I think that's about what I got for you today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's kind of a short one. I was hoping to get my Morgan dialed in with all of her speed. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait for some more polishing dust, go through Forbidden Dungeon for a couple days, and stack it up. But if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so. It means the world to me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.